Shabbat Shalom and happy holiday. Welcome to Temple Shir Tikva. We are delighted that you have chosen to share your Shabbat and the July 4th holiday here together with us. It is a pleasure to introduce or reintroduce to you my husband, Rabbi Joe Idison.
Hello, everyone.
Who will be leading us in song and in prayer. And wonderful that he and John Legg and Julio are all here tonight, also sharing their holiday with us. We have a few departures from the usual liturgy since it is a secular holiday. So join in. Most of the things you will see words to, but this one we do not have the words to, but you know this. So please join together. This land is your land.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
We continue in our prayer books on page 2. We invite Rachel Celeber to come up to light candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We continue now with the first reading. Please join me if you would like. This is a blessing written by our colleague, Rabbi Dan Zemmel of Washington, D.C., and his daughter, Shira. With these Shabbat candles, we also celebrate the 4th of July. Shabbat, as we recite each week, is a reminder of the wondrous doings of creation. Zichrono lema'aseh bereshit. Jefferson's great Declaration of Independence tells us that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with inalienable rights. Shabbat and July 4th are one. Shabbat, as we recite each week, is a reminder of our people's liberation from Egyptian slavery. Zecher Yetziat Mitzrayim. The light that glowed in the bush that would not be consumed was rekindled on these shores as America became a beacon of freedom that glows from sea to shining sea. Again, Shabbat and July 4th are one. The flames from the candlelight will be followed later tonight by fireworks, the wondrous flames throughout the sky. We dedicate ourselves to these eternal flames shining brightly both at home and across the globe. Dear God, we ask your blessing on our nation as we enter Shabbat and give thanks for this American Independence Day. We continue on page 20 as we join in Lecha Dodi, and on the final verse we will stand and face the doors, face eastward to welcome the Shabbat bride.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shemo v'zachor b'dibur echad yishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad Shemo tiferet v'letehila Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise if body or in spirit. Face eastward.
מוי ושלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובסהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי כלה, בואי כלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Now that we have welcomed Shabbat, it is time to welcome one another. Please turn to your left or right, behind you or in front of you, and wish your neighbor in our community Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We say Shabbat Shalom to all those who are tuning in online. Shabbat Shalom and happy holiday. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
You may be seated for the Chatzi Kaddish. We will ask if you would like to stand again for the Baruch Hu. Chatzi Kaddish is on page 26.
יתקדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בימד יברח חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב יאמרו,
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם עולמי עולמיה, יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה בדמירן בעלמה ויאמרו
Amen. We turn to page 28, rise in body or spirit for our call to worship, Baruch Hu.
Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Yalai, lalai, lai, lalai, yai, lalai, lai, lalai, yai, lalai, lai, lai, lai.
We continue on page 31 on the top. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 33 in the middle. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please be seated. And before we go into Shema, take a neshima amukah, a deep breath, a Shabbat breath, a weekend breath, and let it out, and take one more. Let it out. Shema is on page 34.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Page 36. V'ahavata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'aderech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha v'yisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem emet. Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
So the next prayer is a prayer that I like to call the chameleon prayer. It changes its tune based on the holiday that is occurring or approaching. So you will hear, well, I'll let you identify the holiday. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, right? Ma'otzur.
Passover.
So we have a special version of Mi chamocha for the 4th of July. Now, I didn't know if you knew this, but while the 4th of July is not really a Jewish holiday, so we kind of made this up. But the wonderful thing about the Mi chamocha is it's in 4/4, so it can be sung to any rhythm. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'hakodesh norah tehilot osef eleh norah tehilot osef eleh norah tehilot osef eleh. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai.
That is true.
That is true.
Between the Mi chamocha, which speaks of redemption, and the Hashkivenu, in which we ask for a shelter of peace upon all of us, we offer this prayer for the state of Israel. Avinu Shabashamayim, O heavenly God, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield Israel beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your presence. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with good counsel. Establish peace in the land of fullness and joy for all who dwell there and all who dwell around the world. We say together, Amen. We continue now with the Hashkivenu on page 42.
You'll find the English words on 43 as well. Let there be love and understanding among us, oh, let peace peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashivenu Leshalom, Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu Leshalom. Oh, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm.
On page 44 is the Vishamru, reminding us that it is Shabbat, our day of rest and joy. Please join us in Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam.
The tefillah begins on page 46. Please rise in body or spirit and face eastward for the tefillah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי המתים אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל HaKadosh. You may continue now in your own private tefillah, your own private prayer. When your prayer is complete, you may be seated. רצון עם רפי והגיוני בי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי יהיו לרצון עם רפי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני
To our own prayers on this Shabbat, do we add prayers for those in our congregational family and beyond who are ill and in need of healing? I will read the list of names that have been submitted to us of loved ones who are affiliated with this congregation or their families who are either physically or spiritually ill. Abba Noach ben Yehudit, Eliza Dorfman, Aviva Sigalit bat Dvorah, Barbara Zinman, Diane McCaslin, Emma Held, Ethan Kadish, Gemma Rose Nicoletti, James Nicoletti, Jeremy Pivor, Julian Arce, Karen Gordon, Leah Bat Fegala, Lisa Shapiro, Meir Abba ben Reuven, Moshe Yoel ben Esther V'Avraham, Nechama Bat Trena Razel, Pam Ross, Peter Gross, Robert Friedman, Ron Abramson, Sam Goldenberg, Sarah Fega Bat Malka, Stephen Rose, Susan Hoyer, Tyson Botinas, Yosef Ben Gittel, Dorothy Kenny, Ari Khan, Racholea Bat Golda, Declan Alexander Kenny, Mota Liba Bas Bess, Yehuda Aryeh Ben Moshe Mordechai, Sheldon Zimmerman, Yitzchak Ben Gershon Veneta, Elena Rossi, Herbert Levine, Valerie Kenny, Bob Chodaker, Sarah Sima Bat Mincy, Joe Sherman, Mindy Mechanic, Janet Turo, David Allen Goddesfeld, Avril K., Michael Lustig, Tammy Weiser, Amy Bove, Gary Zelikovsky, Matthew Kellogg, Samuel Kellogg, Dov Bear Ben Yona Vitsipora, Joe Sherman, Vicky Pierce, Susan Jacobson, Chana Minya Bat Shalom Mordechai Vasara Leah, Mary Legg, Julie Spector, Paul Hawking, Leona Goodman, Ed Safran, Larry Dahan, Robert Polanski, Chana Bat Sarah Miriam, Esther Adli Bat Yehudit, Zipporah Bat Juliet, Susan Saul, Donald Schuler, Aiden Jenkins. If I have mispronounced a name or you would like to add additional names, please do so as my eyes meet yours. We take all of them into our hearts and turn to page 253 for Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, O God, whose strength helps to bring healing. And we say together, Amen. So 4 cups of wine, 4 sons, 4 children, 4 daughters. That is Passover, of course. But I decided to use the number 4, which we like, to look at 4 interesting facts about July 4th and the birth of our country. So I will read the first one. those of you who are at home have the sheets. Those of you who are here have the sheets. Those of you who are at home can listen in. I will read all of them so that they can be heard. The first interesting fact about the 4th of July, Francis Salvador, 1747 through August 1st, 1776. The first Jew to die in the Revolutionary War was born into a prominent Ladino-speaking Sephardic family living in London. As an adult, Salvador left his wife and children behind to immigrate to Charleston, South Carolina in 1773, hoping to make his fortune as a planter in the American colonies. To do so, he brought 30 enslaved people upon arriving to the colonies. It was their labor that allowed him to become one of the region's prominent figures and eventually to get involved with the American cause. Despite restriction preventing Jews from holding office or voting, Salvador became the first Jew elected to the South Carolina General Assembly. He was killed by the British on August 1st, 1776, during a skirmish on the South Carolina frontier border. If you were born in America, please read together George Washington's letter. In 1790, newly elected President George Washington wrote a 340-word letter to the congregants of Toro Synagogue in Newport, Rhode Island, now considered the oldest standing synagogue in the United States. In this missive, Washington promised Jews equal rights and freedom from oppression for their religious beliefs. May the children of the stock of Abraham who dwells in this land continue to merit and enjoy the goodwill of the other inhabitants, while everyone shall sit in safety under his own vine and fig tree, and there shall be none to make him afraid. Ironically, the synagogue's namesake and first leader, Isaac Toro, was an avowed loyalist. During the Revolutionary War, he fled the colonies to British-ruled Jamaica, where he lived out the rest of his life. The third selection is about Captain America. If your parents were born outside the United States, please join me in reading. America's red, white, and blue hero may not be Jewish, nor is Chris Evans, who plays the buff movie version, but Jack Kirby and Joe Simon, who created the comic, most definitely were. Brought to life in the 1940s, the first edition of the classic shows its protagonist punching Hitler in the jaw. Captain America fought alongside the Allies throughout the war, battling the Axis with his signature Stars and Stripes shield. And finally, an important date in the history of the State of Israel. Let's join together, Operation Entebbe. On July 4th, 1976, while the U.S. was celebrating its bicentennial with great pomp and circumstance, 100 Israeli commandos were landing at Entebbe Airport in Uganda. Their objective, to rescue passengers of Air France Flight 139, hijacked by 2 members of the Palestine Liberation Front and 2 German members of the revolutionary cells. In an operation that lasted just 90 minutes, the commandos rescued 102 hostages, killing both hijackers, 45 Ugandan soldiers, and 3 hostages in the process. 5 of the commandos were wounded, and Lieutenant Colonel Yona Netanyahu, brother of current Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, lost his life. Perhaps this will be the week that the hostages being held for more than 600 days will be released to their families. I still remember when I was 5 and decided I wanted to learn to play piano. It was difficult. I began to understand what it meant to practice. And in fact, practicing the piano was the first thing that I think I truly committed myself to. My years of lessons, practice, and performance throughout my high school years taught me a lot about persistence and tenacity. These strategies have remained with me and helped me master numerous skills and projects throughout my life. And with that mastery eventually came enjoyment too. But this did not come automatically, and making music, like everything else in life, requires a deep commitment to ongoing drilling and preparation. It is, after all, self-discipline more than desire or even talent that enables us to accomplish things that we start out believing might be unattainable. As we reflect on this 4th of July celebration, I am mindful that democracy also takes commitment and dedication. Democracy takes continual practice because nearly 250 years later, it is still not accessible to all. The democracy we live in today was established by people who restricted political power to white Christian men. Yet over the centuries, America's democracy has evolved and progressed, and movements have pushed the boundaries and pursued a democracy that better reflects all who call this country home. Nevertheless, we fear a bit that the United States today may not be so united, and we worry that the freedoms that many of us have taken for granted may not be defining and shaping our society as strongly as in the past. We need to remind ourselves that democracy takes continual practice because it is messy. Democracy requires that people who will not always agree come together and make collective decisions for the benefit of all. On this 4th of July, let us ensure that the eternal flames of Shabbat and the lights of July 4th shine brightly across the world. We ask God's blessing on our nation and all nations as we enter the Sabbath and as we appreciate the will and the work needed to establish and maintain a country like ours, dedicated to freedom and liberty for each one of us. Amen. We continue now with Aleinu as we rise in body or spirit and turn to page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
לתקן עולם במלכות שדי,
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We never conclude a service without sacred memory. At this time, we remember those of our congregation and families who died during this past week, for whom we observe yahrzeits. Rose Adelson, Murray Bernstein, Henry Chasin, Jacob DeHaan, James Eisenstock, Solomon Field, Janice Gangel, Rhoda K. Carpe, Philip Levine, Charlene Major, Leah Claire Mazer, Edwin Michelson, Judith Morenberg, Moses Rosman, Bernard Rubin, Anne Siflinger, Herbert Silverman, Judith Smith, Samuel Stein, Joseph Sternlight, William Vodyanitsky, Adele West. And we remember one who died this week, whose family observes the 30-day period of mourning, Sarah Lou Miller, mother of Gabe Miller. If you would like to add a name for Yahrzeit or Shloshim and or correct a pronunciation, please feel free. We continue with Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach leolam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudesha barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei Shalama Rabbah min Shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God, who brings peace in the heavens above, bring peace to us, to Israel, to all humanity, and especially to those who mourn. And we say together, Amen.
Amen.
You may have a seat for a quick moment while maybe a few angels here would pass out some wine or grape juice on the back table. Thank you. Just a few announcements tonight. First, again, thank you, Rabbi Joe. What a pleasure to have you here in Wayland.
Completely. My
We've
pleasure.
traveled a lot.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you and to lead services with you. It is always a pleasure to lead services with John Legg. Thank you for allowing us to be seen and heard and putting this entire tent and everything about it together for us to enjoy during the summer. Thank you to Julio, who is here somewhere as well. Tomorrow morning, we will have Minyan and Torah study. Minyan begins at 8:30 a.m., followed by Torah study at 9:30. All are welcome. On Thursday of this week, Thursday, July 10th, at 11 a.m., online and here in person, I am going to do the first of 3 sessions on the Jewish Catskills. What is the Borscht Belt? We will use those 3 sessions to talk about summertime from years past for the Jewish community of America, many of them immigrants. We will talk about the resorts, the food, the entertainment and activities, and the humor. So please join for one or more of these sessions. It will be light and fun, and hopefully we will share our own personal experiences or those of family members as well. A week from tonight, which is July 11th, we will not have a service here at Shir Tikva. We will have a Shabbat on the lake, which is in Natick. All of the information is in the weekly. It will start, as always, at 6:15. It is always a beautiful service. We invite you to join us. And if you have any questions about the location or anything else, please feel free to call the office beginning on Monday. And with that, we turn to page 377 for America the Beautiful. Please join us.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed your grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrims' feet whose stern impassioned stress a thoroughfare of freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw. Confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. America, America, God shed your grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Please rise for Kiddush, if you would like. Page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'rasavanu. V'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, tihu yom techilah lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim. Kivanu b'chai בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. אמן.
לחיים, לחיים. We join together for Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat
Shalom. Good Shabbos, everyone.